Well, welcome in, everybody. We are here at Kilmer Court on the campus of Snider High School. I'm Thad Goff. Gavin Wirt is my cameraman. And we do have a broadcast coming up between the Snider Panthers and the Bishop Luers Knights. In fact, this is that broadcast. The JV game is still in progress, as you can see there on your screen. I can tell you that the JV score has Snider ahead of Dwenger 43-33. But it looks like that game's going to be wrapping up here in just a few seconds. Yes, it's got 5 seconds on the clock. So it looks like Snider's going to get a JV win. Now we'll bring the varsity game to you about 20 minutes from now. That varsity game originally scheduled to start around 7:30 p.m. Looks like it's probably going to be around 7:37 p.m. is when the start time will be. They'll put 20 minutes on the clock, and each team will have those 20 minutes for warm-ups. In the meantime, we're going to go to this break. You are watching high school girls basketball right here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, Big Low come through frying. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bow, oh God. Let her cook, all these sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
And welcome back to Kilmer Court here on the campus of Snider High School. This is high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com. You know, it's not often we get an SAC matchup on a Saturday night. We get plenty of SAC matchups throughout the year. They usually take place on Tuesday and on Friday, but tonight we get the special treat of having an SAC game on a Saturday night, and that matchup, as you can see on your screen, is the Snider Panthers, the home team on your scoreboard, and the Bishop Dwenger Saints, the visiting team on your scoreboard. Well, Snider off to a pretty good start so far this year. Now, they are 2-2 on the season. Not a bad start, but not the start you'd be looking for. You know, this is a Snider team that is used to winning a whole lot of games, used to winning some of the best games they play, some of the biggest games they play. This year, the biggest game they've played so far was against Warsaw right here on this court, and Snider did battle with the Tigers, which maybe is an indication that maybe Snider's going to improve off of last year's 13-12 campaign. However, they did lose that game, and they also lost to McCutcheon back on November 8th. Most recently, though, a dominating performance by the Snider Panthers as they knocked off the Huntington North Vikings. They played great defense, and when Snider's playing great defense, it's hard to beat them, especially if you're 1-1 coming into this game, coming off a blowout loss, and that's where Bishop Dwenger is. More on that a little bit later on. But Snider can suffocate you with their presser defense, and even if they don't stop you in the half court, or even if they don't stop you for a 10-second violation or get a steal before you cross that timeline, once you get that ball across that timeline, you got to keep your wits about you, because Snider doesn't stop going after turnovers. They are really good at not only going after turnovers, but creating those turnovers, whether you get into the half court and cross the timeline, or whether you don't cross the timeline at all and you end up turning it over before you cross half court, whether it be a 10-second violation or anything else. And again, the opponent tonight for Snider is the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Now, Snider is still missing some key players. I did reach out to head coach Reggie Tharp about some key players that are not going to be playing tonight for the Snider Panthers. Janaea Cooper is still not playing, and what Reg said was that Janaea will miss today's game and will likely be out for 3 to 4 weeks with an MCL sprain. And he listed Maddie White as day-to-day. Maddie White got hurt in the Huntington North game, which was a win for Snider, but she played extremely well down low for the Panthers, scored in double figures that night, and unfortunately had to leave the game. She had to be helped off the court and ended up coming out of the locker room on crutches. So the fact that she's day-to-day is, I'd call that somewhat of a miracle, although day-to-day could turn into 3 weeks to a month that she ends up being out. It could mean just about anything. Seeing her on crutches made me think that she was at least out for a month, but hearing that she's day-to-day makes me think maybe it's not quite as bad as it appeared to be when she first went out in that Huntington North game. Well, I'll talk more about this Bishop Dwenger team. Bishop Dwenger had a good run in sectionals last year. I say a good run. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. In the meantime, we will be back in just a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Snider and Bishop Dwenger taking the floor tonight here at Kilmer Court on the campus of Snider High School. I'm Thad Goff. Gavin Wirt is my cameraman. This Bishop Dwenger team I mentioned had a good run in sectionals last year. One overtime win against the Leo Lions, and that got them to the sectional semifinal game, and then they won that semifinal game but lost to East Noble in that sectional championship game. So a good run, and it was a good hard-fought effort all 3 games by Bishop Dwenger. It looked like they might have the kind of tenacity to run through that sectional and come away with a win, but they did not come away with the win in the championship game against East Noble that night. Britton Isaacs and the Knights ended up knocking them off when it was all said and done. And Bishop Dwenger does bring back some talented athletes on their roster. They do bring back Maddie Johnson, and she's averaging 12 points per game right now. Annie O'Brien comes in with 9 points per game on the season. And I'm not sure if that's any relation to Dwenger assistant coach Dan O'Brien, but Annie O'Brien right now the second leading scorer on the team. O'Brien also averages 4.5 rebounds per game. And somebody to watch out on the boards is number 44, Katie Kiefer. She averages 6.5 boards per game. And who's the leader in assists? There's a couple of them. Maddie Johnson averages 2.5 assists per game. And at this point, averaging 2.5 assists per game as well is Claire Shorkin, the sophomore. Charlotte Swigert also averaging 1.5 assists per game on the season, and Shorkin also has 6.5 rebounds per game. So she's somebody else potentially to watch out for, even though she's 5'7", so maybe she gets a lot of those rebounds out in space. Maybe she's good at posting up down low. Under 8 minutes to go until we get this game started. They'll start it with the national anthem and the introduction of the starting lineups, and those starting lineups will start with the visitors, which is Bishop Dwenger coming into this game. Kyle Bond is the head coach. He takes over for former head coach Kurt Comer, a longtime head coach. I believe he spent just 1 year, maybe a couple of years at Bishop Dwenger, but stepped down at the end of last season, and Kyle Bond takes over for him. Got 7.5 minutes to go, and we will come back after this break. You're watching high school girls basketball right here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Back here at Kilmer Court, Bishop Dwenger getting set to take on the Snider Panthers. Bishop Dwenger did have a win against Churubusco to start their season. That was the opener for Bishop Dwenger. It was a 19-point win, but they followed it up by going on the road to East Noble, and they ended up losing that game 71-47. That's the same East Noble team that beat Bishop Dwenger in last year's sectional championship game. And East Noble's got a couple of double-digit wins under their belts already. It's a team that finished over 500 that's been getting better under head coach Britton Isaacs, and you wonder if that's going to continue to build for East Noble during the course of Britton Isaacs' career. And they had a very young team last year, and it's a young team that's becoming more and more experienced. So as they become more experienced and grow in continuity, you just wonder how good those East Noble Knights will be as the season goes on. But the Bishop Dwenger Saints obviously did not want to suffer a 71-47 loss, and that was a home game for Bishop Dwenger. Their next home game will be no easy task either. It's against the Belmont Braves. They went to Concordia back on Tuesday and absolutely blew out the Cadets, and they're coming off a Northeast 8 Conference championship. But then the Saints will take on Northside on November 21st, followed by a road game at New Haven. That'll be their third game against the Northeast 8 Conference. This is the conference opener for both Bishop Dwenger and Snider. They've played all non-conference games so far this season. We're back in just a few moments. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, an update from at least one score in the Northeast Indiana area. Norwell was a winner today over Northridge. Lady Knights improved their record to 4-1. Final score there was 57-36. Northridge is 1-2, and they've gone on the road to play Norwell and Homestead in their most recent games. So that tough competition maybe taking somewhat of a toll over on the Lady Raiders, but Doug Springer, longtime head coach for the Raiders, has built a really good program over there in Middlebury, Indiana. Would not be surprised if the Raiders were able to turn it around, but for Norwell, their success early on this season is not hardly a surprise either. Now, they'll get Homestead on Tuesday night. That will no doubt be a tough challenge for the Lady Knights. In the meantime, it's time to get some words in from our sponsors, as we always do on the games that we get to do. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to do these games here on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in our area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. By the way, I was talking about the Homestead Spartans earlier. They won today against Pike, and that was a blowout game with just a few seconds left. I'm not sure what the exact final score was, but I do know that Homestead was leading by enough with 6 seconds left in the game that you could say, yeah, they've got it in the bag, and they had it in the bag. So they're now 3-0 with that victory against Pike today. Pike would fall to 1-1. That's where the Red Devils are right now, and Homestead currently number 1 in the Indiana basketball coaches poll in girls basketball this season so far. Again, they got a big game against Norwell coming up this Tuesday. Big game here. First SAC matchup for both the Snider Panthers and the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Snider's 1-1. Snider's 2-2 rather. Dwenger is 1-1. And they're looking for their first conference win tonight. Not often you get a conference game on a Saturday, at least not in the SAC. You get that in the Northeast 8, but in the SAC, the conference games are usually on Tuesday and Friday. But tonight, we get a little Saturday SAC matchup. Saturday night SAC matchup in prime time from Kilmer Court, and we are excited to bring it to you here on SummitCitySports.com. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll have the national anthem shortly.
From the PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
Back here at Kilmer Court, we're just mere seconds away from the start of this matchup between the Snider Panthers and the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And here's a little something about Mackenzie Carter that Reggie Tharp had to say leading up to this game. Quote, her game has vastly improved as well as her confidence. She's become a 3-level scorer where she can shoot the 3 mid-range and get to the basket. We will need to rely on her a lot with all the injuries we have accumulated. And some of those injuries, again, are Janaea Cooper and Maddie White. Maddie White recently got hurt on Tuesday. As we'll get the introduction to the starting lineups first, actually. Never mind, they're going to do the national anthem. Well, you know, running PA is not always as easy as it seems. We'll be right back after the anthem.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
First for the visiting Bishop Dwenger Saints, number 3, Madeline Johansson. Number 4, Grace Barfield. Number 13, Ann O'Brien. Number 22, Charlotte Sliger. Number 44, Katie Kiefer. The Saints are coached by Kyle Don, assisted by Dave O'Brien, Mike Henry, Stephanie Surface, and Sam Hartnell. And now, your starting lineup for your home, Snider Panthers. Number 1, Miley Hurst. Number 4, Tracy
Well, and Destiny Jackson, who you just heard her name announced, she used to play here at Snider. That was in the final year of her high school career. She had been at Northrop before that. And she gets to finish her high school career at Snider under then head coach Akilah Sims. Reggie Tharp was an assistant coach under Akilah Sims. Now he's the head coach in his 4th year. He's won 3 sectional championships in his career, and that included that upset win in the sectional title game last year against Northrop. Bishop Dwenger came close to a sectional championship last year, and they had some real hard-fought victories those first couple of games, especially that Leo game in the first round, which went into overtime. But it was East Noble who ended up winning the sectional championship. Izzy Eke wins the opening tip, but it's right into the hands of Katie Kiefer. Katie Kiefer at 5'10", can expect to see her play a big role down in the post. That ball gets kicked on the deck. Who's got it? Roth battling for it. That's going to be Snider ball. It was a jump ball, and the arrow does favor the Panthers. Yes, and checking the coaches poll, Homestead is still number 1 in the Indiana basketball coaches poll. Miley Hurst running the point for Snider. Not a double-digit scorer at this point in her career, but she does play very fast. That's Eke with the missed jumper, and here come the Saints down the floor. I believe that's Barfield. Check that. That's Barfield who gets the feed from Maddie Johansson. Kiefer looking for help. She'll hand that to Johansson. She lost the ball, and you got to protect the ball against this Snider team. They are scrappy. There's some of that scrappiness from Gracie Smith. But Dwenger able to answer with some scrappiness of their own. They get the jump ball this time. Barfield steps inside the three-point line. Johansson trying to get inside, working on Smith. Tough shot, won't go, but an offensive ball. No, Kiefer lost it. But Johansson was there to recover. Hurst tried to rip it away. She'll be tagged for the foul. It's the first foul of the game on either team, and now Dwenger has a chance to get on the board. And Barfield able to connect on that first one. She averages 4.5 points per game. One for two. And I think we had a foul on Snider, or perhaps a lane violation. Got to be a lane violation on Eke. So Barfield's going to get one more. Short offensive board. That's Kiefer. Katie Kiefer at 5'10", keeping things alive down low. Barfield turns it over. It's Miley Hurst. Hurst 1-on-1, 2-on-1. Roth, left-hander won't go. They're going to say out off of Dwenger. Going to say Annie O'Brien knocked that one out. This will be Mackenzie Carter to inbound for Snider. She finds Roth, but it's knocked away and turned over to Barfield. Johansson with Smith guarding her, tries to get by her, and she lost the dribble. But they're going to say Smith touched it last. Jeff Lytle making the call over there on the sideline as Johansson inbounds to Barfield. Barfield with some space. Gets past Hurst, but missed the shot. And Smith does ultimately come down with the board. Didn't have it at first, but now she does. Trying to thread the needle, and Johansson knocks it away. Barfield, left-hander, that won't fall. An offensive board, was that Kiefer? Knocked back outside, and the shot falls for Claire Shortkin. And that ball's loose on the deck. Barfield dives for it. That's a jump ball. Snider will get the possession arrow.
Now in the game for the Panthers, number 22, Maddie White.
But Annie O'Brien with the first field goal of the game. Reggie Tharp wants a timeout. Check that. Claire Shortgen with the first made field goal of the game. Well, Claire Shortgen doing some good work on the glass here. But yeah, that's the takeaway by Johansson. She caused the turnover. And Barfield unable to connect. And ultimately the ball works its way out to Shortgen, who does put it in. So far, Dwenger has been winning the battle on the offensive glass. In fact, they've been winning the battle on the offensive and defensive glass. Snider doesn't have an offensive rebound yet in this game. And they've got players with some size down low. And they just brought in Maddie White. At least that looks like Maddie White. That's number 22. I thought she was out tonight. Surprised to see her in, especially after she was on crutches. At the end of the Huntington North game on Tuesday, Barfield nearly took it away from Ecke. Carter with a tough shot, and Snider's on the board. Well, Dwenger has brought the physicality, and now Smith with a takeaway. They zip it outside to Miley Hurst. Baseline jumper, it's good. And the Panthers retake the lead, make that their first lead of the ball game. Out of bounds off Snider. I said that Dwenger's brought the physicality so far. They've won the battle on the offensive glass. If they can continue to do that, they can at least make this game interesting. Had a blowout loss at the hands of Bishop Dwenger, at the hands of East Noble, which was at Bishop Dwenger the last time they played. They're trying to make up for that in a big way. O'Brien dishes it outside. That's Barfield. O'Brien off the glass and in. Saints creating some space, and they take the lead. Annie O'Brien with her first bucket of the night. We get a foul. Looks like it's on Dwenger. And by the way, we have had a timeout in this game. It's not right now, but Snider did take a timeout earlier, so they've now got 4 timeouts remaining. We'll reflect that on our scoreboard. Here's Ecke, who transferred in from Bishop Dwenger. Knocked away, and White couldn't handle it. Barfield comes away with the ball. I think that was O'Brien who forced it. No, check that. It was Kiefer. Katie Kiefer. Shortgen the feed inside, blocked by Ecke, and she comes away with it. That was close to a travel. But she finds Hurst across the timeline. Smith the 3 ball. It's good. Gracie Smith from downtown. Snider shows pressure. They do a lot of pressure, and Kyle Bond wants a timeout to try and avoid a 5-second violation. 4:01 left to go here in quarter number 1. Snider with the lead at 7-5. Our replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. And we've got one that we can show you right here during this timeout. Izzy Ecke, the former Saint. I said traveling. It might have been double dribble, actually. Neither was called, however. But Gracie Smith with a good look from the corner, and she knocks down the 3 ball to give Snider their second lead in this game. And they're up 7-5. Back and forth so far. You know you're going to face a lot of pressure when you go up against Snider, and Dwenger so far has been ready for that. And they've really won the battle on the inside, especially when they've had the ball. It was interesting to see Maddie White come into this game. I thought she would be out for tonight after being on crutches. Reggie Tharp listed her as day-to-day when I reached out to him earlier this week. It was actually yesterday when I reached out to him. They get it into O'Brien. Barfield trying to get to the paint, draws a crowd and turns it over. It was Smith who knocked it away. White came up with a loose ball, and we've got a foul. Second team foul on Dwenger so far as they tag Grace Barfield with that foul. And this will be Snider basketball. Well, if you can force turnovers in the paint, like Snider has, you can make it tough for just about anybody, whether it's Bishop Dwenger or Huntington North or whoever the opponent might be. Bishop Dwenger goes back home on Tuesday. They'll take on Belmont. As White sets the screen for Carter, a little high-low game, and that appeared to go off of Dwenger, and Jeff Lytle sees it the same way. Kyle Bond calls out the play for his Lady Saints. Ecke came wide open on the wing. She's going to step back for the three, and she hits it. Izzy Ecke against her former team. Loose ball. It went off the back of Shorkin, and the Saints turn it over. Miley Hurst down the floor. That's no good. That ball gets loose. Saints come up with it. That's O'Brien, but it's taken away, and White somehow stopped right at the timeline. I'm not sure that wasn't over and back. But the Saints get the stop in the end. That's Charlotte Swigert who gets the board, and here comes Ella Roberts. And she's called for traveling. She had Miley Hurst on her. Now, Miley Hurst is 5'1", but she can create a lot of havoc when she's in on defense. Shot fake by Ecke. Ecke into the paint. That ball gets loose, and Carter chases it down. Looks like the Saints are in a 3-2 zone. That's Brooklyn Robinson into the game for Snider. A catch and shoot for Carter. Her three is good. And Mackenzie Carter has her first triple of the game. And Snider's got their largest lead. Carter's got 5 points in the game. She had a 2-point field goal earlier in this game as Roberts has White on her. That ball gets loose. Johansson gets to it. Just barely beats Smith to the ball. Pull-up jumper won't fall. Offensive board, Ann O'Brien, and a foul on Snider. Gracie Smith gets tagged for the foul. That's her first. We've got 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to go here in quarter number one. Saints had won the battle on the offensive glass, but they've gone, I think, about 5 minutes without a make from the field. Knocked away by Ecke, but recovered by O'Brien. Pull-up jumper, and O'Brien finds the glass. Annie O'Brien with 4 points in the game so far as Dwenger trails by 6. Carter trying to use the baseline off White, and she can't recover it in time. Can you catch the ball with space at a premium? That time White was not able to do so. And Dwenger takes over. Barfield has it swatted away. She didn't see Robinson. Robinson double teamed, looking for help. None to be found. Now she finds some help with Smith. Ecke's wide open, and she buries it. That started out as trouble. It turns into 3 points for the Panthers. Izzy Ecke, her second three of the game. Took a long time to get that ball across the timeline with Swigert. Check that, Gustafson, Jillian Gustafson brought the ball across the timeline. Salazar off the glass, that won't fall, and it's White who gets the board. I don't think the Panthers were expecting to have her back, but boy, they're glad to have her, especially when you get her good rebounding like that, but she missed the shot on the inside. I think that was O'Brien who won the battle for the board. 41 seconds. Dwenger can hold for the last shot of the quarter here if they choose to. The handoff to Johansson. She's got Smith on her. Johansson got to protect the ball. She does. And they get it over to Jillian Gustafson, the sophomore. Johansson averaging 12 points per game so far this season. She has yet to score so far in this game. That's a tough shot, but it goes. Leah Salazar. That was a circus shot. To the corner, it's Robinson. Missed the three. Ecke, the offensive board. She couldn't finish. Out to Johansson. She can get something off here, but she ran out of time. I tell you what, if she had just pulled up with 1 second on the 1 second on the game clock, this might be a 5-point game. Instead, it's a 7-point game as we get ready to go to the second quarter on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
(16-9), Snider leading Bishop Dwenger. It's been a 3-point palooza for the Snider Panthers. They've hit 4 threes so far, and we're just 1 quarter in. Do have one replay worth showing to you, time permitting here. It looks like time might not be permitting, but Leah Salazar not too long ago hit a circus shot. It looked like she was going for the reverse shot. Well, she hit the reverse, but she ultimately didn't need glass. It was a nothing but net reverse shot. How often do you see that? Looks like Snider's gone to a 2-3 zone as we start the second quarter. Kiefer feeds it outside. She finds Gustafson. Kiefer a good rebounder. That's one thing Dwenger does bring to the table. They've got some good size down low. Plenty of good rebounding ability, but a loose ball there into the hands of Jada Sims. Sims was big in the front court for Snider in the win against Huntington North as we get a foul on the Dwenger Saints. Looks like they got Kiefer. Check that, Salazar, number 34, not number 44, and they are going to call it in the act of shooting, as Gracie Smith could not connect on that first free throw. Now, the rules are that the team fouls reset at the end of each quarter, and there's no more 1-and-1 in IHSAA basketball. Gracie Smith gets the second one. Looks like that was Gracie's first make from the free throw line this year. Looks like it's also her first trip to the line. Looks like Snider's gone back to man-to-man. Poked away. Outlet to Robinson. Can she finish? She dribbled it off her knee. That was a basket waiting to be had, but Robinson just lost the dribble. But Snider sets up their press, and Barfield will break it. Barfield trying to go all the way, but it's blocked. Jada Sims. It will stay Dwenger basketball, but Sims providing some post presence for the Panthers. Inbound to Gustafson. Barfield, bit of a tough catch there, right in front of that Indiana Wesleyan logo. That ball gets loose, out of bounds off Dwenger. Carter got a little handsy, but they say that it was Dwenger who touched the ball last. Gracie Smith across the timeline. Dwenger in the man-to-man. Extra pass to Smith. They got Sims double team down low, trying to get free. Snider's had some success from out on the wing. Apologies there as I got tongue-tied. That's all that was. I thought Carter lost that ball out of bounds. They're going to call it out off of Dwenger. Yeah, that was what I meant to say. They've had some success shooting out from the wing. My apologies if that sounded wrong. Certainly did not sound like what I meant it to sound like, as Smith had that ball tipped, so she's able to go get it. Smith splits the defense. High arcer, that won't fall. Carter had it knocked away. Here comes Barfield down the floor, 2-on-2. Barfield 1-on-1 with Ecke. That's Shortkin with a jumper. She hits it. That's the first make from the field here in this second quarter for either team. Smith, extra pass. That's Robinson. Robinson looking for help, and they're going to say that was last touched by Annie O'Brien. Subs will come in for both teams. Miley Hurst for Snider, and Leah Salazar, the sophomore, for Bishop Dwenger. Looks like Robinson has gone to the bench. Ecke, the pull-up, well short, but Sims with the offensive board. And are we going to get a foul here? I think we are. We are. Had it been a jump ball, it would be Dwenger ball. Claire Shortgen called for the foul. That's her first. Neither team got to the double bonus in the first quarter. Hurst dishes, and now she's fouled. That was Salazar who commits the foul for Dwenger. And that's back-to-back fouls on the Saints. Well, nobody got to the double bonus in the first quarter. But Dwenger's getting close to putting Snider in that spot. Hurst no good, but she gets fouled. And now Hurst down on the deck. Lauren Waterman, the trainer, will check her out, and so will Reggie Tharp, and she's still down. Well, Snider was fortunate that Maddie White was able to play tonight. She was on crutches at halftime of the Huntington North game. While they check on Miley Hurst, she's about to go to an injury timeout, but Hurst is on her feet, and she is walking under her own power. That's good news. As Miley gets the support from her home crowd. Snider's still without Janaea Cooper. I emailed Reggie Tharp yesterday, and he responded that Maddie White was listed as day-to-day. I saw her go out on crutches. I thought she'd probably be out for a week, but she was listed as day-to-day, according to head coach Reggie Tharp, and she's been playing tonight. She's on the bench right now. Miley Hurst, after getting hurt, goes to the bench. And this is Dorian Nieves, the freshman, who hits the first free throw. I don't think I'll ever forget Coach Keith Edmonds' interview with Dorian's dad at the Always 100 Spring Elite Showcase back in the spring, back in March. Nieves 1 for 2 as she misses the second. The question was asked of him, something along the lines of, what do you think about Coach Tharp's practices or something along those lines? I can't remember the exact wording, but Nieves just said, I just let Big Reg do his thing. I thought that was the quote of the day. A foul moments ago on Snider. That's their first this quarter. Snider will be in the double bonus at the next foul. Loose ball picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien trying to work her way inside. Has to go outside to Katie Kiefer. Kiefer sets the screen. Gustafson trying to get free, working on Carter. Loses her dribble, and she's got a foot on the chalk. Are they going to call that over and back? Yes, they are. She had a foot right on the chalk. And we'll give an A for effort to Mackenzie Carter. She does get the results she wants, at least in a manner of speaking. She gets that because it's Snider basketball. I think she wanted a takeaway, maybe even draw a foul, get to the free throw line. Unfortunately for Snider, their only points so far this quarter have come from the free throw line, and we're 3 minutes in. Tough catch away from the basket by Roth. Extra pass, Carter, deep three. In and out. And Claire Shortgen has the rebound. Gustafson backs it out and poked away by Robinson. And this time she finishes. Brooklyn Robinson, first field goal of the quarter for Snider. Shortgen trying to find Johansson, and Johansson's double team. Now she's got Robinson on her. Johansson off glass and one. I think they're going to get Robinson with the foul. It's the second team foul on Snider this quarter. And that will send Maddie Johansson to the free throw line to try and complete a three-point play. Dwenger's hanging around against this scrappy Snider team, and Dwenger's shown some scrappiness in their own right. Johansson completes the three-point play. A catch-and-shoot three. That won't fall. That was Robinson. Here comes Swigert. Swigert right around Robinson, and it just crawls home. Charlotte Swigert has made this a 4-point ball game. Sims the screen. Only one field goal this quarter for Snider. Loose ball picked up by Carter. Carter in a crowd. Can't connect. Sims lost the board. Fights for it. And draws the foul. They either got Swigert or Shortgen for that foul, I believe. That is the fifth team foul against Dwenger here in the second quarter. Sims could not hit the free throw. Gracie Smith will check in for Snider. She'll give Mackenzie Carter a breather. Dwenger's on the comeback trail. Sims able to hit the second one. The Saints split the triple team. That's Annie O'Brien, just barely able to recover her dribble. She finds Swigert. That's a two if it goes. It does. Charlotte Shortgen, Claire Shortgen knocks down the long jumper, and it's a one-score game. Smith gives it up to Roth. Kyle Bond calls out the play and nearly turned over. Smith battling for it. Now it is a turnover. Or is it? Shortgen dribbled it on the chalk. Kyle Bond pleading his case, and the plea doesn't last very long. His last name sounds like it easily could be the name of a law firm. Bond Law Firm. Inbound to Gracie Smith. Only one made field goal this quarter for Snider. Dwenger's on the comeback trail. They've been down as many as 8. That's a deep three for Carter, and it's no good. Hurst saves it. Loose ball. Saints trying to come up with it. And if that's a jump ball, it'll stay with Snider. It is a jump ball. Hurst across the timeline off the inbound. Carter sets the screen. They get it to White. Hurst trying to split defenders and an offensive foul. It's just the third team foul on Snider here in this second quarter. as Charlotte Swigert comes into the game for Dwenger. And Grace Barfield will put it in play. She finds Shortgen. Shortgen with a defender right on her. That's Robinson. She nearly got fouled from behind. Kiefer loses the ball. Snider's got it. Roth finds Smith. Smith going to be called for double dribble. It was very close to being a two-handed dribble. Was it a two-handed dribble? Was it a catch and re-dribble? Either way, it's double dribble. Barfield looking to put it in play, and she finds Johansson. Snider will back into the man-to-man. It's Smith guarding Johansson. Johansson across that timeline, and she just barely gets it to Grace Barfield. Barfield double-teamed. Hirsch right on her. Just barely recovered by Swigert. Into the hands of Barfield. Shortgen with the high screen. She'll take the three and bank it home, and we are tied. Dwenger dominating the second quarter. Robinson trying to answer to no avail. Timeout. Looks like the timeout was taken by Dwenger. We'll check the official signal here from Jeff Lytle. It is Dwenger who takes the timeout. Well, while they take that timeout, we will take one as well here on SummitCitySports.com.
Court from the PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
Well, Bishop Dwenger was down 8. They've come all the way back to tie this game at 21 apiece. Claire Shortgen hitting the three to make the tie happen in off the backboard. It will be Dwenger basketball with 1:25 to play here in quarter number 2. She gets it in to Shortgen. Shortgen races down the floor to the corner. Salazar for three and the lead. Leah Salazar from downtown. Salazar's got 5 points in this game for Dwenger as Hirsch gets by Barfield. Hirsch left-hander, no. Offensive board. Putback is good. Maddie White. A much-needed field goal for the Panthers. Right now, what they need is a stop. But Dwenger has all the momentum right now. That's out of bounds. They're going to say off of Johansson. Right as I say that, the Saints turn the ball over. They'll make a substitution. Jillian Gustafson will check in, giving Katie Kiefer a break. We've got 44 seconds left here in quarter number 2. We'll see how Snider plays this out. They have the option of holding for the final shot of the quarter. There's no shot clock in IHSAA basketball, so Snider can hold this ball as long as they want. But Smith got a good look but couldn't finish. Knocked away by Mackenzie Carter. Smith from a tough angle scores, and Snider's back on top. Made field goals have been hard to come by for Snider here in the fourth quarter. That's a jump ball. The arrow favors Dwenger. So they will keep it with 13.2 and a chance to reclaim the lead. Maddie Johnson will inbound for the Saints. Back to Johansson. She's got Smith on her. 8 seconds. Johansson, wild shot, won't fall. Offensive board, 5 seconds. Putback goes. Claire Shortgen. Hirsch, desperation heaving. That's not even close. Claire Shortgen with the offensive putback to help close out the first half with Dwenger in front, 26-25. And we will certainly have some replays to show you when we get back from our upcoming break. Right now, we're going to get some words in from our sponsors. It is because of our sponsors that we're able to do all the games that we do here on SummitCitySports.com. And we have many sponsors to thank, but one in particular is Parkview Sports Medicine. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. And speaking of Parkview Sports Medicine, we'll hear from them one more time here and their therapist, Sean Corcoran.
Corcoran with PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
Well, it's Bishop Dwenger on top 26-25 at halftime over the Snider Panthers. Both these teams gunning for an SAC win. This is the SAC opener for both Dwenger and Snider. Dwenger comes in at 1-1 overall. Snider comes in at 2-2 overall. And Dwenger trying to erase the memory of a home loss to East Noble, a double-digit home loss to East Noble. Do have a couple of replays to show you, and I'll show you those replays right now. This was the play where Snider retook the lead, and this was battling on the offensive glass. Mackenzie Carter sticks with it, knocks the ball away, and then Hurst able to find Gracie Smith, who had missed the shot previously, but Smith able to come in and score to give Snider the lead. But then moments later, Claire Shortgen knocks down the shot. Johansson's shot was wild, no doubt about it, but Shortgen with the rebound and the dribble to her right. That gives Dwenger the lead at halftime, and that 26-25 lead is where we stand at the moment. Time to get in a few more words from our sponsors. Again, it is because of our sponsors that we are able to do all the games that we do here on SummitCitySports.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more information. The Bishop Dwenger Saints with the lead on the road, and we do know that Bishop Dwenger will be going to semi-state in football next Friday, well, this coming Friday, actually. And they'll take on South Bend St. Joseph in that semi-state championship game, and I believe that will be at Shields Field over on Dwenger's campus, so a chance to host a playoff game for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Of course, they already got to host the several sectional playoff games, including the championship game against East Noble, which the Saints ended up winning. And now they're going on to semi-state. They beat Lebanon last night. We're back after this minute and 10-second break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Dwenger with a 26-25 lead over Snider. We could have a fun finish coming down towards the finish of this game between Snider and Dwenger. And right now it is Dwenger who leads by 1. Dwenger battled on the boards. They were really solid on the offensive glass throughout most of that game, most of that first half, I should say. And they really held Snider in check from the field there in the second quarter. I believe Snider made just 4 shots from the field in the second quarter, and most of those were late in the quarter. Time to get a few words in from our sponsors. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we get to do all the games that we do here on SummitCitySports.com, including Sioka Cleaning and Restoration. They provide commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government, whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation. Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Well, it's time to read off the first half scoring leaders for you, and these are unofficial, but I do have the scoring leaders, at least for the moment, listed here on my my rosters. Claire Shortgen leads the way for Dwenger with 9 points. Leah Salazar with 5. Annie O'Brien with 4. Maitland Johnson with 3. And Grace Barfield with 1 so far. For Snider, Gracie Smith has 6 points. Izzy Ecke has 6, all those coming from the free throw line. Mackenzie Carter with 5. Maddie White, Brooklyn Robinson, and Miley Hurst with 2 apiece. Dorian Nieves and Jada Smith each have 1 point apiece, as we've got 3.5 minutes left to go until the second half gets underway. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching high school girls basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
From the PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
A 26-25 lead for Bishop Dwenger, and they trailed for most of this ball game, but I'll show you a couple of replays back-to-back as to how Dwenger first tied the game in the second quarter and then retook the lead. First it was the 3. That was the go-ahead 3. That was Salazar. Leah Salazar, the sophomore, who knocked it down from the corner, and that gave Dwenger their 24-21 lead. And I'll go ahead and show you the 3 that ended up tying the game. It was Claire Shortgen who knocked down the triple. She's the leading scorer right now for these Dwenger Saints and knocks in this one off the glass. And that tied the game at 21 apiece. Snider's largest lead today has been 8 points. They haven't led by double digits at any point. But when Snider's able to put on their pressure and force you to turn the ball over, it can be tough to come back against them. But Dwenger has managed to not only come back, but take the lead with 2 quarters left to play here at Kilmer. And we'll be right back in 40 seconds. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We do have 2 more quarters left to play here at Kilmer Court. I can tell you about what we are expecting to have coming up for high school basketball on Summit City Sports. You're expecting to have New Haven versus Woodland on Monday night. That's more girls basketball. We're also expecting to have Garrett versus Northside on Tuesday, Lures versus Southside also on Tuesday. It looks like we're planning to have Homestead versus Norwell on Tuesday as well, along with Fremont versus Blackhawk Christian. And on Friday, one of the games we'll plan to have is Northside versus Dwenger. We plan to have semi-state football between Knox and Bishop Lures, and we're hoping to get some other semi-state football in there as well. I know that Carroll will play Westfield, and Bishop Dwenger will play South Bend St. Joseph. And what's on the line in those games is a trip to the state championship. The semi-state in football is not quite like semi-state in basketball. There's not a semifinal and then a championship game. It's just the semi-state championship game. So if you win, you go to state. It's as simple as that. Snider will start with the basketball here in the second half. Wide open, Ecke missed the three. She's hit 2 triples already. Sims got a hand on the ball. Ecke trying to save it, and if that's a jump ball, it's Dwenger ball. It is a jump ball. Dwenger will take over. They get a stop on Snider's first possession. This has been a scrappy, physical Dwenger team that we have seen here at Kilmer Court tonight, as we're just 20 seconds in to the third quarter. Shortchin feeds that one over to Johansson. Boy, Hurst had a chance to jump that pass. Barfield swings it outside, gets it to Shortchin. Barfield around the screen, finds O'Brien. She puts it on the deck, could not finish. Jada Sims collects the board for Snider. Gracie Smith down the floor, and that one crawls home to give Snider the lead.
Number 4, Gracie Smith.
Gracie Smith now with 8 points in the game. She currently leads all Snider scorers. That's off the foot of Smith. It'll be a kickball. Barfield looks to inbound, and she gets it into Maddie Johansson. O'Brien sets the screen. Ecke guarding her. Loose ball and a takeaway for Carter. Here comes Ecke. No numbers. Ecke to the rim, no good, but that is going to be off the Saints. Looked like Kiefer touched it last. O'Brien also was in the area, and it will be Snider basketball. That would have been impressive had Ecke been able to knock that down. She already got by the defense. Now she wants the 3 ball. Doesn't hit it. Kiefer with the board for Dwenger. Johansson, the cross-court pass. Pull-up jumper is no good. Sims wrestles away the rebound and keeps a pivot foot in the process. How about it, Jada Sims? No shot. I think we got a foul before the shot. The officials will give us the word. The word is that Grace Barfield committed the foul. Carter dishes to Hurst. She's got Sims posting up, poked away by O'Brien. Cross-court pass. Shortchin has it blocked by Sims. It was last touched by Snider, but an impressive recovery by Jada Sims. Loose ball. Hurst going after it, comes away with it, and Sims goes to get it. But Smith got to keep control. That's going to be a jump ball, and this time the arrow does favor Snider. Reggie Tharp, a little frustrated. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but Reggie's always coaching him up. He's always trying to make sure his girls are playing at a high level. And obviously he's happy about the wins, but he recognizes when things go wrong and need to be corrected. Hurst's 3 is an air ball. Shortchin got the board there for Dwenger. O'Brien sets the screen. They get it out to Barfield. O'Brien from the free throw line, looking for help. Holding it for a long time and dishes it outside to Shortchin. Barfield tries the spin move. Sims was there. And that's going to be a foul. No, traveling. Traveling on Dwenger. Sims came with a help side D, and she's been all over the court. She's only scored from the free throw line, but she's rebounded the ball. She's been physical and going and grabbing the ball when it's been loose. And that time she played some great defense. The Snider Panthers. So far, Snider just 2 points here in the second half. They do lead by 1, but looking to add to it. Carter outside. Ecke. Short on that one. She's 0 for 3 here in the third. She's hit 2 threes in the game, but none here in the third quarter, but she draws the foul. Claire Shortgen called for the foul, and that will send Izzy Ecke to the free throw line. The Dwenger transfer. Big-time player for these Saints last year. In fact, as I recall, she was one of their top scorers. She's trying to make a similar impact with the Panthers. She goes 2 for 2 from the line and stretches Snider's lead to 3. Ecke's got 8 points here in this ball game. Outside to Annie O'Brien. She'll hand that one off to Johansson. Johansson is double-teamed and a foul. Sims got a little handsy. Inbound to Grace Barfield. Barfield against a double team. Sims got a hand on that one. This time O'Brien able to recover. 3 ball won't go. And that's Sims with the board. Ecke, the crossover. Ecke through the paint. Ecke, the turnaround jumper. No. Shortgen with the rebound for Bishop Dwenger. Barfield across the timeline, guarded by Hurst. Dwenger doesn't have a make from the field yet here in this third quarter, but it's just a 1-score game. O'Brien goes cross court. That's Salazar. She's guarded by Ecke, and there's a takeaway by Smith. Smith one-on-one. Smith got fouled. The basket will count. Gracie Smith, the steal, the score, and a trip to the line. Field goals at a premium so far here in this third quarter. We've got 3:48 left. Snider's got 2 makes from the field. Dwenger does not yet have one. They were up by 1 when we came out of halftime. Free throw is good. That was the 3rd team foul on Dwenger here in this third quarter. Snider is a little bit shorthanded with Janaea Cooper being out for 3 to 4 weeks. O'Brien came awful close to traveling. Now she's looking for help. She finds it. That's Swigert, Charlotte Swigert, the junior. She's got Carter on her. Just got it over to Johansson. My pregame email with Reggie Tharp, he talked about how much Mackenzie Carter had improved. You're seeing it in her scoring ability. That shot won't fall, and that's White who collects the board for Snider. Carter makes the catch and finishes. Miley Hurst will get the assist. Mackenzie Carter with 7 points. White got a hand on it, but Salazar recovers for Dwenger. And she loses the ball. That was a wild dribble. Robinson's got it. She wants to go one-on-one. That's a wild shot. Carter with the rebound. Missed it. And it's out off Carter, and Carter pounds the ball. She was frustrated. And you got to be careful when you do that. That looked like a pound of the ball. Maybe not quite as emphatic. But you got to be careful when you knock the ball to the deck after it goes out of bounds, because the official could call you for a technical foul. That did not happen this time. Poked away. Carter got a hand on it. O'Brien able to recover. And she missed it. Hurst went for the board, didn't get it. Barfield is fouled. And I think they're going to get Maddie White. This 8-point lead for Snider matches their largest of the game, but Grace Barfield has a chance to finally get Dwenger off the schneid here in quarter number 3. but the first one doesn't fall. Izzy Ecke will check in for the Panthers. Jillian Gustafson will check in for the Saints. Snider goes on the road on Tuesday to take on Columbia City. And I know Columbia City defeated Carroll earlier this year. I know they're a well-coached team. Amy Shearer has done a great job with that program for quite some time, as Barfield's able to hit that second free throw. But they do lose a very dynamic scorer in Addie Baxter, who's now at Butler, having finished her high school career. Tough pass. And Barfield kicks it across the timeline. Hurst dives to the deck, but throws it to the sideline. Carter, did she step out? She either stepped out or dribbled the ball on the chalk, and Kyle Bond had to dodge out of the way. Inbound to Barfield. We're inside 2 minutes to play. Dwenger fought back after being down to take the lead at halftime. Can they fight back here in the third quarter? Bring some of that fight as well in the fourth. Tough shot won't go. Loose ball picked up by the Saints, and we're going to get a foul on White, I believe. And it looks like the signal, Maddie White. That'd be team foul number 3 against the Snider Panthers. And Jada Sims, who's done yeoman's work in the front court, comes in to take White's place. And Coach Reg coaching her up as she goes to the sideline. Kiefer cross court to Barfield. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Wouldn't fall. That's a tough rebound, won by O'Brien. That shot won't fall. Hurst comes away with the board. Hurst the lob. It's Robinson. 1-on-2. And Robinson finishes. Brooklyn Robinson in transition. Daughter of former Snider football star Jabbar Robinson. Our former commentator Ryan Dellinger giving me that information recently, and he described Jabbar as a kind of guy who was big, fast, and can knock your head off. Pull-up jumper, Johansson. And finally, Dwenger gets a shot to fall from the field here in the third. Whistles blow, and it's over and back on Snider. And boy, Kyle Bond excited about that. I've got Johansson for having just 2 makes from the field in this game. She just had a big one, but it's a chance for Dwenger to get back-to-back buckets here. Down 7, they can make this a 2-score game. Brooklyn's older brother, Isan Robinson, used to play football at Snider. As Grace Barfield goes up against Gracie Smith. It's Grace versus Gracie. Katie Kiefer with the screen. Barfield was thinking about the 3, but she shuffled her feet. That's a travel. Robinson with it. Sims goes back court. Should say goes back door with the cut. Smith gonna fire the 3 ball. It's good. Gracie Smith with less than 30 seconds on the timer. And Gracie Smith with 14 points in this ball game. 16 seconds. Dwenger can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they choose to. Gracie Smith getting the hand up there on defense, but Dwenger still with time. 5 seconds. Ball's on the deck. Who's got it? A jump ball would give it to Dwenger, and we do indeed have a jump ball with 2.5 seconds left here in the third. Grace Barfield will look to inbound. She lobs it in off the hands of Johansson, and the clock runs out. Jada Sims going after that ball, dives to the deck, and we've got 1 more quarter to play. Perhaps an extra period, who knows? It's 39-29 Snider. Back for the fourth after this.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it. I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them. We ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost. I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this talk.
It's a 39-29 lead for the Snider Panthers. Right now, the song that's playing is the words that Snider will probably tell you if you're a visiting team coming in here. Welcome to the jungle. The old Guns N' Roses song. We know what Snider wants to do. They want to press. They want to force turnovers. They want to make you feel like you're under attack if you've got the basketball. See what Dwenger goes into. They'll go into the man-to-man to start out the fourth quarter. I believe Dwenger only had 2 makes from the field there in quarter number 3. But they turn things around in the second quarter. Can they do so here in the fourth? A turnover like that can only help. Katie Kiefer caused it. O'Brien with Eki on her. She hands that one off. That's traveling. Shortkin caught it and took 2 steps. It's not like in football where if you catch the ball and then take 2 steps, it's ruled a catch. Catch the ball and take 2 steps in basketball, it's ruled a travel. Thought they might call a foul there, but they didn't. Smith gets by Barfield. Smith's having a big night tonight. Robinson into the paint, trying to find Sims. Instead, there's all sorts of blue shirts around her, and that's Robinson who's called for the foul. A couple of big stops for Bishop Dwenger. They force a turnover and then get a foul on Snider. In fact, that was after they had forced a turnover. That's 2 turnovers forced by the Saints. Eki knocks it away, but it's out of bounds. I think that's John Tone, the wrestling coach for Dwenger, sitting down there. Not right next to where that ball went out of bounds, but fairly close to it, as Maddie Johansson will inbound. She gets it into Barfield. Barfield, did she dribble it off her own foot? She did. Gracie Smith defending. It'll be Snider basketball on this upcoming inbound. Mackenzie Carter, 7 points so far in this game. She's been averaging double figures on the season. One of the better scorers for these Snider Panthers. Eki lost it going through traffic. Kiefer caused the turnover. Johansson across the timeline with Robinson on her. And she is fouled. Miley Hurst called for the foul. Second team foul against Snider here in this fourth quarter. 6:32 to go. Johansson into Shortgen. Bond calls out the play. Smith with good defense there, and it's a 5-second violation. Such good defense that it leads to a turnover. How about Gracie Smith turning it up on the defensive end? She's done plenty of scoring tonight, 14 points. She's hit 2 threes in the ballgame. Sims sets the screen for Hurst. Smith wants the 3 ball and hits it. Third triple of the game, Gracie Smith She's got 17 points to lead all Snider scorers. And this 13-point lead is the largest lead that the Panthers have had. Shortgen over to Kiefer. O'Brien with Ecke on her. Wild dribbling, and it's called traveling. Could have gone traveling, could have gone carrying. Either way, it's a turnover, and Snider takes over. Somebody wants a timeout here. Who is it? Dwenger wants the timeout, full timeout. So while they take this timeout, we will show you a replay before we go to our next break. Our replays, as always, are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. How about the night that Gracie Smith is having in this ball game? 17 points, 3 triples. Here's her most recent 3. And good ball movement set that up. Gracie Smith making an impact for these Snider Panthers. And that's huge with Janaea Cooper being out for 3 to 4 weeks. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Court from the PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
Well, I mentioned earlier that the Snider Panthers will take on Columbia City this coming Tuesday. Columbia City's 3-0. At least they came into today at 3-0. They were facing the Fishers Tigers, and Fishers can be a handful most seasons. They went 14-9 last year. It was 2 years ago when Fishers came in here, and Snider ended up knocking them off. That was on Thanksgiving weekend. In fact, I think that was on Thanksgiving Saturday, just after Snider had won a state championship in football. As Carter goes with a cross-court pass to Smith. That's a contested 3, and Smith couldn't hit it. Ecke will get the board. And Ecke's open on the wing. And she hits a 3. Izzy Ecke. She's got 11 points in the game. 3rd triple. And we're going to get a moving screen, an offensive foul on Dwenger. Maddie Johansson gets tagged for that one. Well, I mentioned earlier, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of team Columbia City's going to have this year. So far, so good. Like I said, 3-0, possibly 4-0, possibly 3-1, depending on that result against the Fishers game. I don't see a result yet. Game has probably gone in the books by now. As Ecke gets into the paint, goes cross-court to Carter, and Carter's 3's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Charlotte Swigert. Columbia City usually very well coached, usually very good. They are well coached by Amy Shearer. That pass goes long. It's stolen away. Charlotte Swigert the takeaway. Here's Johansson into the paint. Tough shot, no good. That was Sims defending, and Sims going for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball. Good battle by Sims, but Dwenger gets the possession. No Addie Baxter for Columbia City this year. She's at Butler, having finished her high school career. She's not the only Columbia City Eagle at Butler these days. Contested shot. Sims blocked it, and they're going to say out of bounds off Dwenger. I tell you what, Sims is doing a great job in the front court tonight. Carter dishes to Ecke. Miley Hurst into the paint. Left-hander is good. Miley Hurst with the blow-by. She's got 4 points, and traveling has been called against Bishop Dwenger. And the Panthers will take over up by 18. Panthers looking to close this one out with their first conference win of the season. This is their conference opener. It's also Dwenger's conference opener. Sims sets the screen for Carter. Sims does a lot of little things really well. They go a long way for these Snider Panthers. She's just a sophomore. Cross court for Hurst. She makes the catch, trying to go baseline. Not a lot of space there, but she finds Eki. Carter's wide open. Her three won't go. Shortgen got the board, and it's a jump ball, and this time the arrow favors Snider. Dwenger takes on Belmont this coming Tuesday. It's a 30-second timeout. Looks like Snider called it with 3:25 left. And that is the signal from Jeff Lytle. So Snider just 2 timeouts remaining in this game. Well, we've got a moment. We'll go ahead and show you this most recent replay. Izzy Eki in double figures for the game, but this is Miley Hurst with her blow-by. Not a whole lot of points for her tonight, but Hurst plays with a quick motor. Just 4 points for her so far in the game, but she can set things up, she can get down the floor quick, and she can play great defense. And if you're a fan of Snider basketball, you would certainly like the way that Miley Hurst plays the game. Belmont went into Concordia and absolutely blew out the Cadets. Now Dwenger is going to be hosting them on Tuesday night, looking for a marquee win. Eki gets fouled right after the inbound. Kiefer bumped her from behind. With 3:24 to go, Eki goes to the free throw line. Eki's first one doesn't fall. On Friday, Dwenger will play their next conference game. That'll be a home game against the Northside Legends. Eki able to get 1 out of 2 on that trip. She's got 12 points for the game, 3 triples. Saints get the ball across the timeline. I think the Snider fans were wanting a 10-second violation. Shortgen outside to Barfield. Hurst hounding her, and Barfield will dish. That jumper won't go, and that's swatted out of bounds by Sims. As Kiefer chases down the loose ball. Maitland Johnson will inbound. Of course, she goes by Maddie. And she throws it off of Smith, and Smith knocks it out. That'll stay with Dwenger. He's trying to avoid a 10-second violation. Keep the ball for the Saints. 3 minutes left in this ball game. Saints have yet to score here in the fourth quarter. Inbound to Barfield. Barfield right over Hurst. That's an air ball. They're going to say off Snider. Dwenger will keep it with 2:54 left to play. Trying to avoid the 5-second violation. It's poked and recovered by Smith, and then she gets fouled in the backcourt. Second team foul against Bishop Dwenger. Miley Hurst going quick down the floor. She does that all the time, and she flips it in. Little flick of the wrist, Miley Hurst. Barfield across the timeline. Johnson's open. They get it to her, and she feeds it inside, and that's a foul on Eki. I believe that'll be team foul number 3 on Snider. Maddie White will check back into the ball game. Again, it's good to see her back. Things look scary for Maddie White. The second quarter of the Huntington North game, she had to be helped off the court. Looked even scarier when she came out of the locker room on crutches. I think they're saying that ball was tipped by Snider. That is the call. This ball's going to stay with Bishop Dwenger. Shot was taken by Charlotte Swigert. Panthers will get Claire Roth back into the ball game. She started this game, but she hasn't been in all that frequently for Snider. Of course, the play of Jada Sims off the bench. You could make a case that maybe Jada should be a starting power forward, as that ball actually hit off the feet of Claire Shortgen before it touched the chalk. So that's out off of Dwenger. As we come upon the final 2 minutes of this game. They've got White in the middle of that zone. Instead, it's a long pass to Claire Roth. Gracie Smith with 17 points still in the ball game. As we're now inside the final 2 minutes. Smith into the paint, finds Carter. Carter drives, back to Smith. Smith, the shot fake, and she is fouled on the shot. With 1:44 left to go in regulation. Gracie Smith will go to the free throw line, trying to add to an already impressive night. She did get the first one. Two for two goes Gracie Smith. 19-point game for Smith. As Dorian Nieves has just checked in for the Snider Panthers. She's a freshman. She hit 2 threes in the game against Huntington North on Tuesday night off the bench. It's a tough catch by Maddie Johansson, and she feeds it inside. O'Brien, 1-on-2, and is that going to be an offensive foul? No, it's traveling. I thought O'Brien was going to be fouled for lowering her shoulder into Carter. Instead, it's traveling, and the Panthers do take over either way. Treasure Jordan has come into the game for Snider. She's a freshman, 5'9". Right now she's playing down in the front court. White gets fouled. That's going to be on Annie O'Brien. That is the 5th team foul against Bishop Dwenger, so it will put Snider at the line for double bonus the rest of the way. Dwenger has not made a single shot from the field here in the fourth quarter. And the way they fought back in the second quarter, you got the sense that they had plenty of resiliency in them. But things have gotten away from them here in the fourth. Allie Nussbaum and Ella Roberts have checked in for Dwenger. Second free throw for White is good. Just 3 points for White tonight after her injury scare on Tuesday. Over to Roberts. Turnaround shot. O'Brien banks it in, and finally the Saints get something to go from the field. It's the first time that that's happened here in the fourth quarter. Lob inside, too high for White and out of bounds. Dorian Nieves will inbound. Nieves is open, but can't hit the 3 ball. Out of bounds, and we're going to get a foul on Snider. It's on Treasure Jordan. It's the 4th team foul on Snider here in this fourth quarter, so the next one should put Dwenger at the line for double bonus, but there's only 39 seconds left. Nussbaum draws the foul. And Allie Nussbaum will go to the free throw line. She missed the first one. Ella Nussbaum, a sophomore, 5'1". Molly Tipman will check in for the Saints. Of course, that's a name that appears just about everywhere at Bishop Dwenger. Second free throw goes. Of course, it appears somewhat at Snider, too. Kurt Tipman is the head football coach here. His son Sawyer plays on the football team. Of course, so many Tipmans have played for Dwenger, including on the current team, Gus Tipman. They've had Devin Tipman, TJ Tipman, KJ Tipman. A whole lot of really good running backs who also play linebacker. Nieves with a left hand, and it drops. Dorian Nieves, the freshman. Swigert, that shot won't fall, and that's how the game will end. The Snider Panthers win the conference opener, and they go to 3-2 on the season. They go to 3-2. Dwenger falls to 1-2. Dwenger goes home to take on the Belmont Braves, the team that won the Northeast 8 Conference last year. There'll be a tough matchup for just about anybody this year. Snider goes on the road to play Columbia City on Tuesday. Very well-coached team under Amy Shearer that's been really good for quite some time, especially in recent years. But it's trying to figure out, well, at least we're trying to figure out just how good they are. They're going to get a little prayer circle at midcourt, so the announcer will pause for this. So they've had the post-game prayer circle, and Snider is your winner, 55-32. Again, they go to Columbia City on Tuesday. Dwenger goes home to take on Belmont. It's time to announce our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, and that player is going to be Gracie Smith. A 19-point performance. She played really good defense as well, and she hit 3 threes in the ball game. Gracie Smith, your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. And that's going to do it from here at Kilmer Court. For my cameraman Gavin Wirt, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Kilmer Court. Snider wins at 55-32. You've been watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.